throw strikes, ball the ballpark. It's pretty easy around here, isn't it?
It's funny, but you can make it really look difficult at times. And offensively, obviously, a good night. Only, Brad said it, and it's true. I don't know if I've ever seen 12 runs without a single, but a ton of walks by our guys. And as you guys know, it's one of the things that Mike Clements worked so hard on is to get our guys to get the ball into the strike zone. Because not only were we not good offensively last year, low batting average, we didn't produce, but one of the reasons is we chased so much out of the zone, and so for them to get a ton of walks tonight, which kind of set the table for the extra base hits.
Yeah, you started the game with 4 calls at bats. I think something like that kind of get going.
Yeah, and great. Fisher takes gets not in a lineup yesterday, and then comes back, and that's nice to see. Swing, first pitch, fastball, rips it down the line. Of course, Furness, who has had one start in Hawaii, but hasn't had a ton of at bats. Gets a good swing on a changeup and drives one out of the ballpark, and it was a good night. To see Luke get a really good swing. That's the guy that we've watched for 6 months just dominate our pitcher. So, a lot of guys had some really good swings.
Jackson last night used the word simple or simplified. Did you sense that tonight from watching your guys, that maybe they're taking a little bit of a deep breath before they go? Okay.
And you can even see it at the end of the game. And, they've been playing with a lot of pressure, self-inflicted pressure, but it's tough. It's tough to play here. The expectations are real high, and you can tell it's got to us. But you can see he's started it, and that's what you hope, that somebody's gonna be that icebreaker, somebody's gonna be that difference maker for you. And tonight, certainly, I thought Gunnar Dennis was tremendous on the mound. We needed some zeros early. I thought he pitched terrific, and I don't think they made it easy on him. He was able to not only put some zeros up and throw the ball into the strike zone, but when they had base runners and they had some hits, like Chatham is as good a hitter as there is, and he was able to get him twice with runners on base, which are pitches and I think times in the game where it changes the game. And so a lot of difference makers for us tonight.
Are Malice's numbers with 2022 as far as on the guns and sliders and stuff? Are those pretty normal?
Yeah, he's thrown in inter squad games a tick higher, but not much. And I think 100%. And I think that as it warms up, and he can shorten the slider sometimes, and it gets a little firmer, and sometimes it gets a little more break. And that's why it's so good. He can throw it at any time into the strike zone. But a different pitch. He's worked with Coach Laff, and he's picked up he's always kind of had a changeup, but he didn't throw it enough into the strike zone. But he threw it a handful of times in Hawaii. He's threw it probably 5 times tonight, which was big. And just about every fastball that he's threw got into the strike zone really high. And when he can do that, he can make it really difficult for hitters when you're throwing 3 pitches into the strike zone.
Jackson was talking to us about Gunner's slider. Just with his stuff, how does he make it difficult for hitters?
I think, just a mix of 3 pitches, but, the fastballs I think is underrated. Everybody wants to look up the radar gun, and you see a lot of 90s, 89s, 88s sometimes, but there's just a lot of run on his fastball, and I think his fastball beats a lot of people. Tonight, he really, he's got the ability to throw 4 different pitches in the strike zone, but tonight he struggled with his curve and his changeup, so he really leaned on the slider. But he's just a really good competitor, and you forget that he's an older guy, and you hope that some of those older guys, a junior, come in and handle it, and he certainly has.
All
All right, guys, appreciate you.
Thanks.